Hello, students, and welcome to the middle of the class. Things are getting really challenging now. So I wanted to share a couple announcements with you in light of the work that I've seen the past week. And the first thing that I want to address is the concept of scaffolding. What does a scaffold have to do with a class on information fluency and academic integrity? I hear you wondering. Well, most everything, but likely not in the way that you expect. In educational theory, scaffolding is the notion that in a class every week should build upon the previous week's material. Now, I must admit I feel a bit ambivalent about this concept because on the one hand, in theory, it makes a lot of sense, but in practice, there can be issues. For example, all too often, students get the impression that the early week's materials are representative, and then they feel somewhat at a loss as the material steadily gets more and more challenging. Also, there's the danger that if a student misses a key concept, say in week 4, their frustration will steadily increase over weeks 5, 6, 7, and 8 with material that is based on the assumption that everyone has already mastered everything from weeks 1 through 4. Each of us different people, and concepts that are intuitive to one person may prove challenging to another. That's to be expected. Now, since this is an online class, I don't have the option of trying to read people's expressions while I present material. If I'm in an actual classroom and I see a lot of people looking puzzled, then I know to elaborate on that point. But unfortunately, I don't know what material you may necessarily be finding challenging until I see the assignments that you submit. Now, because this is an online class, then you, the student, are in the proactive position, and I'm here to react and to give feedback. Now, that is why, however, if an assignment is incorrect, I usually provide extensive feedback and extend the opportunity to revise and resubmit. If everything is fine in an assignment, I'll usually just write something to acknowledge it. As far as I'm concerned, if you've mastered the material, the greatest kudos I can give you is full points. Now, if I know, however, from experience, having taught this class before, that many people struggle with a particular assignment, I prepare extensive announcements in advance to help out. For instance, in week 6 and in week 8, we have the 2 most challenging assignments in this class, an annotated bibliography and a literature review. I will be putting up an announcement about the annotated bibliography later this week. And I will also put up an announcement about the literature review towards the end of week 7. It's crucial to read or view these announcements if you want to do well on those assignments. For instance, I noticed that some of you are struggling this week with the requirement for AP format citations. In just a moment, I'm planning to record an announcement about citation format, what it is, and why it matters. And a little bit of foreshadowing. This announcement is going to feature a cameo by one of the more notorious hair bands from the 1980s, for reasons that will become evident shortly. So that's what scaffolding is, and it's important to bear in mind that now that we're halfway into the class, things get challenging. So if you are lost about something, feel free to contact me by email, and I will try to clarify or elaborate on whatever is causing you perplexity. That said, then I will stop this recording and start on my other presentation about what citations are and why they are important.